My dear friends, always I would give tzedakah now. Unfortunately, where I'm sitting right now, I do not have a tzedakah box. So please, in my mind, I will dedicate a few coins for tzedakah, and you, please, put it into tzedakah for yourself, for me, for all of us together, as a unified act of tzedakah. You know, they tell this little story about this farming family been living for generations on a Canadian farm right near the North Dakota border. And this is for generations. One day, mail arrives, and the young man opens the letter and tells grandmother, the matriarch of the family, who just celebrated her 90th birthday. And he tells her, we just got a letter here from the government telling us that this land, as you know, that we are living on, has been disputed for a long time between Canada and the USA. To whom does it belong? Where exactly the border is? And we happen to live right on that line. So the letter is informing us that the government has come to an agreement that actually it belongs to the USA side. But since we have been living here for generations, we have the right to accept or to object. And he says, Grandma, you're the matriarch, you decide. He says, what? Jump on it without a moment hesitation. She says, Ma, you want to give up your Canadian citizenship? He says, no. I'm tired already of those Canadian winters. Let's get over to the border. Let's become USA. Why am I saying this? I've been wondering, I'm sure like you, what has happened to the world? What's it happened to the good, honest, thinking, caring, moral world? Just wondering, last week, an arch murderer, a man who has blood on his hands for decades, a man who on October 7th was watching from the comfort in his Qatar luxury hotel, money stolen from his people whom he professes to take care of them, to worry about them. And he's watching the scenes of raping, murder, burning people, kidnapping people. And he stands there and thanks the Lord in celebration. He's rejoicing at looking at his images. Now finally, when this person, can't even call him person, this two-legged beast was finally taken off the face of the earth, to not to be able to continue these kinds of murderous activities. And suddenly, he's called a martyr. Many in the media can't even get themselves to call him a terrorist, call him a moderate, a peace-seeking individual. What happened to the world? Am I crazy, or is the whole world crazy? And then there's chants all over the world. Free Palestine. Jews get out of here. Jews go home. I just saw a little video. One single fellow screams at a whole bunch of Jewish people in Australia, go back to home. This is not your place. What happened? And you hear these chants all over. I was just reading that in France, a rabbi said he doesn't think there's more than 10 years left for Jews in France. and so on and so on. And I think I have the answer. Now these days, today particularly the last day of the month of Tammuz, Erev Rosh Chodesh Av, the time when we focus on the Beis HaMikdash, you know what, my dear friends? We're tired of those Canadian winters, but we got used to them. So the world is telling us, it's not our place. With all the comfort that we have all over the world, time to go home. To really want to go home. So Eibishter, we're ready to go home. We got the reminder. No, take us home.